Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to discuss the practice problems that I had given you all in the last week, okay, which I had shared the PDF of. If you all have tried solving these questions and if you have completed, then you can use this video as a reference to see if you have gone wrong in any of the steps, and if you have encountered problems in these questions, then also I believe this video will help you all clear your doubts and clear your problems. So let's see the first question that I had given you, that is illustration number 2. So in this illustration or in this question, basically what is given to us is that there is a company, okay, whose name is Ashok Limited, and it has an authorized capital. So the information about the authorized capital of Ashok Limited is given to us. So it is stated that the company has 2 lakh equity shares of rupees 50 each, that is a total of rupees 100 that is rupees 100 lakhs. And it is further stated that the company has issued prospectus inviting applications for 1,50,000 shares. So that means out of the 2 lakh shares that were there, the company has only issued 1,50,000 shares for public subscription. So the issue price was payable as under, and that is 50 rupees was supposed to be collected in this particular method, that is rupees 15 on application, rupees 20 on allotment, and the balance on call. So 15 rupees and 20 rupees makes it 35, and the remaining balance is 15 rupees. So this 15 rupees would basically be called up by the company after application and allotment procedure is done. For further information is provided that the issue was fully subscribed. That means out of this 1,50,000 shares, applications were received for all the 1,50,000 shares. The company did not make the call during the year. Okay, we are informed that the company has not collected this balance. Okay, the call money of 15 rupees was not collected by the company. We are also informed that the company has issued 5,000 shares, rupees 50, fully paid to the vendor for purchase of office premise. That means the company has purchased a certain premises, okay, let's say a building, for establishing its office, and for payment of that particular purchase, instead of giving them cash, the company has provided them with 5,000 shares of rupees 50 each, which is fully paid up. All right, so these are the informations that are provided to us. Now we are supposed to show the we are supposed to show the share capital in the balance sheet of the company as per schedule 3. Schedule 3 basically means the format in which you are supposed to represent your balance sheet. Like if you all remember, earlier what we used to do was we used to make the balance sheet in this particular T format, where we had liabilities on the left hand side and assets on the right hand side, right? But nowadays what happens is we do not make this. What we have is we have a vertical format where we represent liabilities of the company first, right? And after totaling it, then we prepare the asset side of the company, right? So basically this schedule 3, okay, this format of vertical representation is your schedule 3. So the sequence in which you are supposed to put certain items and the different subcategories under those items, that is provided in the schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Now, after that, we are also supposed to show the note to accounts. So basically we are asked to show the details about the share capital that is supposed to be attached along with your balance sheet. All right, so let's see now how we are supposed to do this. So in the previous example that we had discussed, in that also I had told you the first okay, before you make the balance sheet, the first thing you are supposed to do is you prepare the note to accounts. All right, so since this is the very first note, I'm numbering it as 1, right? And the heading of this note, you can give it as share capital. Or what you can do is you can also write details of share capital, okay, as per your convenience. Then I had basically provided you the format, right, of how it is supposed to be represented and how it is supposed to be shown. So basically we require a 2-column format. Okay, one contains your particulars and secondly your amount column. All right, you can make 2 amounts column as well, okay, or a single amount column will also do. It's up to you. So since we might have certain additions to make, so let's do it in a 2 amount column format. All right, so the first item, okay, the first record in this share capital, details of share capital that we are supposed to show, is the authorized capital. So in this question, the authorized capital of the company is provided to us, right? That is 2 lakh equity shares of rupees 50 each, right? So that is a total of, since we do not have any other authorized capital, there are no preference shares given to us, so we can directly go to the last column, last amount column, and write out there 100 lakh rupees. All right, and you can close this part. So now we are done with the authorized capital. The next thing that we are supposed to show is the issued capital. Now in the issued capital, okay, the informations that are provided to us is that the company has issued 1,50,000 shares, right? So we will be entering that. And if you see the additional information, it is also stated that the company has also issued 5,000 shares of rupees 50 each. So that means the company has issued 1,50,000 shares for for public subscription, and apart from that an additional 5,000 shares has also been issued, that is given to the vendor of the office premise. All right, so that is also something that we must record in this part under the head of issued capital. So first is your 1,50,000 shares, equity shares, that were of rupees 50 each, that was for public subscription, right? So this amount will total up to rupees 75 lakhs, and we have an additional 5,000 equity shares that was of rupees again 50 each, that was provided to the vendor of office premise. So this will be amounting up to rupees 2,50,000. all right, so the total of this issued capital, the total capital that has been issued is rupees 77,50,000. all right, and since we do not have any other informations related issued capital, we are not provided any preference shares that have been issued, we can close this over here. all right, now after issuing of the capital has been issued, okay, the details about issued capital has been presented. Now the next part that we are supposed to show is the subscribed capital. Now if you refer to your pro forma, okay, under the head of subscribed capital, we are supposed to again there is 2 categories of subscribed capital, right? So first is subscribed and fully paid. all right, so under this head of subscribed and fully paid, we are supposed to represent those number of shares on which which has been subscribed by the investors, and on which the entire amount of 50 rupees has been collected. Okay, so if you see the question, what has happened is, on the 1,50,000 shares that were actually issued for public subscription, in that if you refer to this third additional information that is given to us, it has stated that the company has not made the call during the year. So that means only application and allotment has been collected so far. So this means that this 1,50,000 shares have been subscribed, but it is not fully paid, isn't it? So this will not be mentioned in that category of subscribed and fully paid. But on the other hand, this 5,000 shares that were issued to the vendors for purchase of office premises are fully paid up. Okay, so only this 5,000 shares that is issued to the vendors are actually fully paid up. Okay, so only this will be represented, or this should be stated in that particular category. So subscribed and fully paid is only how much? 5,000 equity shares of rupees 50 each. So that is how much? 2,50,000. All right. And the second category under the head of subscribed capital is subscribed but not fully paid. So subscribed but not fully paid, the company had actually issued 1,50,000 shares, right? So on these shares, basically the subscription has been done, but it is not fully paid. So basically 1,50,000 shares, equity shares, right, of rupees 50, of which what has happened? Rupees 35 is called up and paid up. All right, called up basically means that the company has asked the investors to give that money, and paid up means that the company the investors have paid for that whatever the calls have been made. So application was called and allotment was called, right? So that is 15 rupees and 20 rupees. So that is your this total of 35 rupees. So that is application plus allotment. All right, so this will amount to rupees 52 lakhs and 50,000. All right, so now only these two items are supposed to be, or these two transactions, or let's say these two informations about subscribed capital is supposed to be entered under the head of subscribed capital. All right, so if you total it up, the total will be 55 lakh rupees. So this is the total. Okay, this total of 55 lakh rupees is the total, that total capital that the company has been able to collect so far. Okay, so your balance sheet must represent that the company share capital currently in this situation is rupees 55 lakhs. So now let's make the balance sheet of the company. So balance sheet of Ashok Limited as on whatever date has been provided, we can write it down, and you can basically make the balance sheet of the company. So again, balance sheet of the company, it's in a very simple format. Okay, you all already know this. We have the firstly is the liability side. All right, and you have a note column out here, and we have the amount column out there. So under the schedule 3, as per schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013, the first thing that we should show in the liability side is the shareholders fund. And under this also there are certain subcategories. Okay, for now we only require the share capital, though that is the first representation under this shareholders fund. Okay, and since the value of this share capital has been derived from note number 1, okay, under the note column you can give the reference of number 1, and the amount, okay, the value that is rupees 55 lakhs can be represented here. All right, so since no other information is given to us, you can basically close your balance sheet with the same amount, and this is how we are supposed to represent the share capital, okay, how we are supposed to calculate the value of share capital and put it up in the balance sheet. All right, so I believe this video might have cleared up your cleared up how the procedure as to how you are supposed to calculate the share capital and enter it into the balance sheet. Okay,